What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another home simulator video in the backyard, courtesy of the Garmin Approach R10. We're doing another top 50 9-hole course in the world today. This is Barra Golf Club in Isle of Barra, Scotland. Highly rated 9-hole course. We're getting further down towards the list, so getting closer to that top 25 mark. Not sure what exactly makes it. Obviously there's some kind of rating system. I didn't make the list, but I'm hoping there's going to be some pretty cool layout courses as we get closer and closer to number 1. But by the looks of it, I didn't go through any of the holes, but by the looks of it, on this first hole that you're seeing on the screen with Home Tee Hero within the Garmin Golf app, looking like a link style course, not a whole lot of trees or anything. So we're going to give it a go. There's only 2 options of tee boxes, men's and women's, so generally with these 9-hole courses, they're a good amount easier than championship style courses, so hoping to be somewhere around even par through these 9 holes. But got the Country Club Elite mat here that you're seeing. I can put tees directly into it and hit down into it. Got some 10x7 nets, and like I mentioned, the Garmin Approach R10 behind me for the launch monitor, and then Home Tee Hero for the simulator software. So first hole, par 3, looking like we got that stream to go over, but it looks like the pin in the hole, or the green rather, is sloping pretty far from right to left. So generally I slice the ball. I was going to aim even further right, but I moved it back a little bit. I'm thinking I'm probably going to pull this right regardless, so hopefully I catch the right side of the green and it rolls back towards the middle a little bit. But we've got 207 to the hole. Where I'm aiming is 210 down 9, so we're looking right around 200-ish. I'm gonna go 5-iron to start things off here and see what happens. That was pretty thin, low and to the right. I don't know if that's going to catch the green. Took a pretty big bounce to the left, as suspected, but came up just a bit short. That was low on the club face. Pretty thin, but we've got 18 yards left. We're in the fairway, so no reduction in power. Down 2 yards, so this is going to roll out when it hits a good amount. So 16, I think I'm going to play honestly closer to 13, 14, 15 yards with the 60 degree here. Just gonna get it on the green. It's gonna roll. I'm gonna aim right there. I moved a little bit. Not that this really matters. It doesn't matter if I aim there and then I go and hit it 20 yards to the left. That's what's gonna show up. But I'm gonna aim there at least to start. Hopefully put something relatively straight, and then I'm thinking it's gonna kind of hit the green and roll a decent amount towards the left. So caught it a little heavy, but ooh, we'll take that. That's a good start. Good course management on the simulator, if I do say so myself. Start off with the bird. We'll thank the camo shorts for that. Second hole, par 5. Alright, I think I'm going to like this course. It's just wide open, nothing near it. It does look like some pretty crazy slopes though. So this one looks like we're hitting up onto a hill that all again basically runs down. Hopefully we can get it on top of that hill. I don't know if we will, but it looks like everything's kind of running down from right to left. So we'll see what happens here. I'm actually going to aim a little bit there. Seem to be pulling the driver, or pushing the driver rather, sometimes pretty far right as of late, so aiming a little bit left should help out a little bit. Again, as I've explained, it doesn't really matter where you aim. I just aim for the middle of the net every single time, so it's a little cheesy if you have a wicked slice that if you aim 40 yards to the left and then you hit one which you think is straight on the net, obviously with a bunch of side spin, and it puts you in the middle of the fairway. That's a little cheesy, but this is just similar and comparable to what line I would take on course off the tee box. So Decent strike, a little high on the club face. Started right. It looks like it's coming back a tad, which is a welcome sign. Decent bounce. And we're at 301. We'll take that. So, same thing here with the green. I'm just gonna aim a tad right. I'll probably end up that way anyway, so honestly it'd probably be smart for me if all these holes, or at least some of them, slope from right to left. That could work in my favor if I'm slicing my iron shots here, hit towards the right side of the green, and then it actually ends up towards the middle. Sometimes I do myself a disservice by aiming right, because then I aim right and then I hit it right, so kind of punish myself when it would have ended up being decent. But either way, we got 53 to the pin. I moved it a little bit, so I aimed it a little bit past the pin just with my fat fingers and gloves. Down 2 though, so it's going to roll out again a decent amount. So we're looking right around 151-ish. I'm going to go 9 iron. Take just a tad off of it. Usually play my 9 to about 155, 160 on course. But that's assuming I flush it, which usually doesn't happen. So hit it a little bit fat, then could be a decent number here. Decent strike. I popped it up, so it could be short. Kind of got underneath it a little bit. Hopefully it gets a big bounce here. Not quite. I guess it's not a terrible habit. It's definitely not a good habit, so it's somewhat of a bad habit of playing all of my shots, especially my irons, too far towards my front foot, which obviously exacerbates the issue of my already high ball flight, hits it even higher. So sometimes I forget to, I've been working on moving the ball back, especially pretty much 8 iron and up, towards the middle of my stance. It feels like the back of my stance, but it's not. But we're going to do the same thing here as we did last time. This one isn't as big of a slope, but it's going to run out again, so same thing here. We're in the rough. We've got 16 yards down 2, so that's 14, and then another 1 or 2, but it's going to roll out a good amount, so I think I'm going to play right towards that 14, 15 number. Similar shot. A little too much on that one. Tricky green so far. Obviously, score-wise, I would like to have the greens pretty flat, but it is fun every once in a while to play a course like this where the slopes and the shapes of the green and whatnot are a little more challenging. Kind of spices things up a tad. So, third hole, par 4. We've got 265 up 15, so that's going to play like 250 to carry that water. We're going to aim right there and see what happens. Going to need a halfway decent strike here on the driver to get over that river stream looking thing. Not sure what they call that. A little bit of water in Scotland. A little bit low and right. That was hit decent. That should have enough to get over the water, I would think. Or not. We're to the right of it. I think if we took that original line, I think I just pushed that pretty far right per usual. I think if that was straighter, that would have made the water. But either way, we're dry. We're in the rough. We've got 68 up 3, so this is going to kind of die when it hits. Again, I'm going to aim a little bit right. Now we're at 69. Nice. 69 up 2, so we're at 72. 72 plus another 7 or 8, so right around 80 yards or so. Probably gonna play a tad longer than that, so going 52. It's gonna be right around a 75-ish%, 52 here. Pulled it left. Hopefully that stays on the green. See, again, that time I aimed right and I pulled it left. Maybe minimized it a little bit, but in real life I would have been aiming the right side of the green. So right side of the green, similar to where I pointed it, and I pull it, it would have been similar result. Fourth hole, par 4, 315. We're gonna aim up here, up 35 yards. Man, this is gonna kill. So right there we're aiming 285, 287. That's gonna play closer to 250. So you're really gonna get one out there to get something that has a somewhat of a decent wedge distance in. That was hit a little bit better. It should be going left a little bit. So with that slope, that was probably about 270. Still didn't get all of it, but at least that was better. Back's feeling a little bit tighter, so the swing speed's probably down. We are 1 under though, so we've got 81 yards, up 13, so this is really gonna die when it hits. Granted, I guess the green slopes a little bit, so it could be, I'm gonna aim a little bit left here. Of course, when you're closer to the green, it helps out more with the slope, but it could be 13 yards, could be closer to where the ball is, so by the time it gets to the green's relatively flat. I know the green's going from left to right, so it's obviously not flat, but basically hitting up into like an upslope, maybe not as much, but either way we've got 93. I'm gonna go 52, right around that 95, 100 yard mark is where I start debating 52 versus pitching wedge. Generally I find that it's a little more controllable. I do a choke down like 75% pitching wedge versus more of a, this is gonna be probably like an 80 or so percent 52 here, but we'll see what happens. I caught it thin. It was straight but thin. I think we got lucky there with the bounce. And grab some Gatorade before the 5th hole here. All right, 5th hole, par 4, 236. And it's down 16. Talk about a short par 4. So that's going to play 220. Well, this actually even might be too much club, but I'm going to go 5 hybrid. Hopefully the wind's not picking up too much on the mic. Gonna go 5 hybrid. We only need 220. On course, this is about 220, 230. I've got it to about 235-ish when I really flush it, so let's see what happens. Started right, hopefully it straightens out a little bit. Good number, just right per usual. Man, we're right on that border too. Another yard or two further left, that probably would have been a +2 for a par. Now we need to get this within that inner circle to save par. If not, we're looking at a bogey if it's on the green. 12 yards plus another 1 or 2, so we're looking at 13, 14 yards. Come on, 60 degree. Let's get another chip in here. Horrendous. Oh, I forgot that was such a short par 4. We ended up parring that. That was a terrible 60 degree. That was a pretty bad miss hit low and to the right. That would have ran off the green probably in real life. All right, another relatively short par 4. We've got 261 down 16. So I definitely can't hit driver. I don't even know if I can hit 3 hybrid. Might have to be a 4 hybrid territory. But we do want to get over that river looking thing. Yeah, we're gonna go 3 hybrid. If it's long, it's long. There's a lot of room back there. I'd rather hit the 3 hybrid, and in case I catch a fat, it at least gets over that water. And if we hit it good, we'll be a good amount long. But this really would be, if I couldn't just hit it on demand flush, it would be a pretty perfect 4 hybrid hole. But with that water, I'd rather play things a little bit safe here. Relatively straight, but that was low. Hopefully that gets over the water before it lands. .245. Did I do my math wrong on that? We still came up short. I might have added that up wrong. 16 yards. We're gonna go 60 degree again. A little bit left. I don't know what's going on with all these planes going over. We'll take the bird though. 7th hole, par 3. We've got more water to worry about, but it's only 166 down 13, so that's, make sure we do the math right here. I have a feeling we messed up that other one, that last hole, but so down 13, that would be 156, 153. So just to be safe, I'm going to aim left side of the green here. I'm going to go 9 iron. Still looking for a hole in one here. I've had probably, at this point, between videos I've recorded, videos I've played, or courses I've played by myself, and then, which hasn't been a whole lot lately, and then rounds out here with friends and family, I probably had a good 25, 30 hole outs maybe at this point. Still no hole in ones though. Granted, it is a little more forgiving because there's no putting here, but caught it fat. At least it was straight, but I forgot my own swing thought on that one. I could, halfway through the swing, I felt myself sway on the backswing. That kind of messed with me. I caught myself mid-swing. Alright, see if we can make up for that. In the fairway, so no shortage. We've got 33 yards. It's going to roll out a little bit when it hits because we're hitting down 2. So I think it's going to play closer to 29 or 30. I'm going to go 56 degree. little bit heavy and a little bit left. It's not going to be bad though. Really shouldn't be. And bad as in not on the green. We're on the green, so gave back a stroke though. Eighth hole, par 3. 160, down 1. 159. Gonna be a nice full 9-iron, I believe. See if we can actually hit one better here. Gonna not sway in the backswing and put this more towards the back of my stance. Popped it up to the right. That's probably gonna be like 20 yards short. $24 yards short. All right, 24, 23. This is right between like a 60 degree and 56. I think I'm gonna go 60. Down 1, so it's gonna roll out just a tad when it hits. Up and to the left. Hopefully it's not too much. All right, 9th hole. I'm gonna grab some Gatorade. Get some extra superpowers for this final tee shot. All right, short par 4 again. 257. So this is right in that territory. If I don't hit my driver well, it'll come close. If I miss-hit my driver, miss-hit it around 2. So we need like 259, 260. Do we have room behind it? The problem is if I clobber one, it's going to be anywhere from probably a good 20-ish yards long. So I probably should hit, you know what? I don't know if I even hit this on video here. I don't remember the last time I hit this. I'm gonna go 3-wood and see what happens. I honestly have no idea how far this thing goes, but considering a 3-wood is essentially like a mini driver, we're gonna see what happens here. I'm thinking, I don't know. Let's just hit it and see what happens. Up and to the right. Somewhat decent contact though. Not great. 227 for a teed up 3-wood. I don't know. $37. Down 1, so it's going to roll out a tad. So we're at 36 and then call it another 3 or 4. So right around 40, 41. I'm going to go 56. Hopefully get this thing on the green. Call it a day. Left again. And that was definitely a misread. That went further than 24 yards. I don't know what happened there. That wasn't great. That was kind of up and to the left, but that was at least 30, 35 yards. I'll have to go back and look. Could just be a slight misread. I mean, happens with a, in quotes, budget. launch monitor, but kind of frustrating score-wise. That was a waste of a stroke, and it wasn't actually that bad. I mean, granted, I get lucky on some of them, so honestly, it's probably pretty fair that it punishes me on one, unrightfully so. Gonna go 60 degree. And that was not a great shot, so. Oh, there we go. All things are right in the world. Misread on one, and then I hit a bad one on the second one, and it goes in for a birdie. All right. So, that's kind of funny. For all you people out there that prefer me playing bad, which I guess sometimes it is entertaining, I apologize for that last one. I'm probably not too happy with that chip in from that pretty bad 60 degree, but it is what it is. So, from Barra Golf Club in Isle of Barra, Scotland, we ended up with a 2 under 32. Pretty happy with that. We had pretty much all pars. We had 3 birds and 1 bogey, so no real bad blow-up holes. Got lucky on some of the shots. Played some of them pretty well with the slopes of the green and whatnot. 3 out of 6 fairways. Hit driver decent, but wasn't great. We're at least at 50%, so the goal is for these metrics to be, for the fairways and greens in regulation, to be at least 50%. If not, ideally you want to get closer to 75. So 3 out of 6 will take that. 5 out of 9 greens in regulation will also take that. That's right above the 50% mark. And then putts aren't too bad. We had 2 chip-ins, I believe, which helps for those +0 strokes essentially. So 12 putts over 9 holes, that's actually pretty good. That's pretty close to 1.5 putts a hole. So yeah, 2 under, top 59 hole in the world. Obviously link style course, everything, almost all those holes were pretty open. There was some water on some of them, but not super challenging compared to PGA Tour live style championship level courses. But that's what we're playing. I told you guys what I was trying to shoot, even par. Honestly, even if I was +2, not as good as 2 under or even, but even +2, I wouldn't have been super angry with it. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the next course.